Alright, so I got 2012 F550, like all of them. And it's basically just like a Dana 60 monobeam axle, I believe. So I've got another video about how to change the wheel bearings, so if you want to watch that you can get to the point that I'm at now. But I am doing the axle shaft U-joint on the passenger side because it's broken. So you're probably going to need the special driver tool to put this seal in, because it seals on the inside and it seals on the outside, and it's got to have the depth set. It's kind of a specific seal. But anyway, so trying to get this out, you're gonna come in here and pry between the axle here and between the C, the inner C of the axle there. So you got the axle shaft, you're gonna pry between there and then this inner C here. You could try putting like a pry bar on both sides and pushing it out. I've been struggling with it for a little while. It's been pretty stuck in there. So ultimately what I did was I grabbed this digging bar and I got in there with that, and it seems to be moving with that. So I would recommend something big and where you get some leverage, because that seal is in there. So I just had like a half an hour struggling for 3 minutes worth of work if I just grabbed this in the first place. Well, probably not 3 minutes worth of work, probably, what, 10 seconds? So, you know, just try to get something bigger and longer. My problem was all the pry bars kept slipping off. That's the issue. So here's a new seal, national oil seal. That's what it looks like. Goes on like this, so then the stub shaft would stick out there. So that's why it's kind of a pretty specific seal. So you kind of need the driver, because you got these stepped edges where it's higher here than it is there, and if you just mash it on here, because it's got a seal here and it's got a seal on the outside. So if we just like it's difficult to get them on where they're supposed to be and everything oriented correctly without the correct seal driver. I seen one, I think Amazon had one for like 50 bucks. So I don't think they're giant money, but it'd probably be well worth it to invest in one if you plan on keeping your truck, because it'll probably save you a lot of headaches. This seal was 50 bucks, something like that. So part number is 710685. So we're gonna try to get all these pieces apart. We'll start by getting the seal off. I mean, you might not have to change it, but I have it. I figured I'd change it while I'm doing it, just in case. I mean, you probably could have probably shoved that back in there, but when I was pulling on it, it's starting to deform this inside edge here, and it's kind of pulling it in. So I think you're better off changing it because it's no longer flat. It's got like a taper to it, just because this is stuck on the axle as you're trying to get it out, and this is pulling it back. So you're probably better off changing it than not. But I don't know, you might get away with not changing it. But if you got vacuum hubs, this has manual hubs on it. But if you got vacuum lock hubs, you're gonna want to change it because it's not gonna work. Or you're going to have a vacuum leak there because that seal is going to be leaking. So, yeah. We'll clean this up. We'll get our clips off. He's going to have the inner clips, obviously. I tried to get a factory part, but I couldn't find one. They told me they had a run on them, so I got a Moog one. It's a 424 is a part number. I guess it's supposed to be a Spicer part number. The Ford number is 5C3Z-3249-BA, and I believe that transfers over to SPL70-4X is the Spicer number, I believe. That universal joint should fit everything from 05 to 15, I believe. So, I'm gonna clean this all up, and then I'll start driving stuff out. So I want to get these clips off the inside. And with these, there's like a stop here to keep them from rotating, I guess. So my luck, on the bottom is where the gap is between the stop and the edge of the clip. So I'm just kind of try to get on the edge there and just tap it off, and it should pop off or come up a little bit, and then you can kind of get under there and pull it the rest of the way off. But that's what the clip looks like. Should just take it out and flip it around, but this way is easier. So these axle shafts are balanced, so you want to make sure the orientation that it goes back in is the same way it came out. So I'll make a little mark here. I'll make a little mark here. Something that me know that this is the way it goes. So I gotta make sure I line this up with this when I put it back together. Where's that? All my clips are off. So grab a bigger hammer. Like this guy. So I gotta try to put something underneath this so it doesn't just knock it down. So you can see just how bad that is. Stuff's going fine. Lost my prop. One cap. I don't know if I can maybe just hit it up. I tried to get it that way, but there was no way. Here's the pipe. So we'll drop that again. This bolt might help. It worked. So keep in mind, remember the orientation of this so you can put it back the same way it came off. Make sure you don't strike on your ceiling surfaces or anything like that. And we'll clean these up a little bit better. And we'll take these out the same way. So that's my down section. Yep. So I'll put the cross section in the vise like that, so there's air under it, so it's not tight, and we'll just whack it down. Yep, number 2. Hey, that one had bearings in it. This side's all dry too. Voila. So I'll take a wire brush and we'll clean out the inside of these holes. So let's take our handy dandy brandy new pieces. And we'll stick them in. See, I probably want the universal joint facing in. I'll make sure the clips will be able to clip once it's in there. A huge groove in there, but it doesn't look like we used the whole groove. Use like half of it. There we go. Drop that on the ground. It might work. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. One out. Two out. Definitely plenty of grease on it. I usually like to kind of center it in the middle, so it's kind of holds the needle bearings out. So instead of being all the way in one and then trying to push it into the needle bearings, that's why I kind of wiggle it back and forth till it's in the middle of both caps. Okay, one. See if we can get a clip on. We might be able to.
One control yell 36. And one.
Clip number one. Clip number two. That'll go. Maybe. Close. Number two. Kind of give these a tap so they can release the pressure. Don't go crazy, but when you hit it, it shocks, and if they're binding at all, they'll kind of center where they're supposed to be. Here's my mark here, and my mark there. So I'll pull these ones off. Should we line our marks up? So, yeah, I just clean this up where that seal sits. So line up a mark. The mark. So, got one side on, put our clip in. Clip number one. Smooth operation. A little more. sure all your clips are in. You might have them on the edges, but not on the top, so you gotta make sure they're all seated. I'm pretty sure it's in. I'm just making sure. I don't want it to fly apart on me and then I gotta fix it later. So I'm just being extra cautious. So take our grease fitting, stick our grease fitting in the hole. It is a 7mm. Don't go crazy. I don't want it to break off. Actually, I like checking a lot. Well, actually it's 8mm, not 7. But they could be different sizes, so just check, make sure it's tight, but not too tight. So get the rag, clean off our axle. All right, I'll put it back in.
Checking out the vehicle, starting the wheels. 10-4. It hasn't been there several days. The plow has gone around it. You gotta buy one. Oh, that's right. Alright, we have the electrical fire on the side of the car. We should overhaul. The owner of the car is gonna buy what to do. Maybe just pick it up over your shed in a minute. Alright, dude. Your boys will let me go find the next vehicle. And we picked up clearing shortly at 10:49.
I think that's in. Looks like they're about right. So, thought I hit a deadbolt here, but I don't see it anymore. Alright, now it's in. Pretty much had it there anyway. It only had to go maybe 1/4 of an inch. So So it was in there, it just wasn't all the way in there. You can kind of hear it when it's in. Makes like a thud noise. So it's like a monster seal driver. Crap on it. See, you can see this. So that's how you got the different steps and stuff and the recesses. That way it goes in there, it pushes on everything it's supposed to push on, and then this here sets your stop too, so your depth is right. That is a vacuum lock. So doesn't look like it went on the axle like it was supposed to. Almost looks like it pushed the axle in a little bit. Just kind of irritating. So, I guess what I'm gonna have to do is pry that forward as I drive it on a little. It's one of those that's supposed to work, but don't always work like it's supposed to. Things. Annoying. Alright. We're pretty much there. Give it a couple of more taps. That's actually a really tight seal. Alright, now we're there. Let's show what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Inside here, you get this part of the seal, and this seals over that part of the axle shaft that I cleaned off. So what happened was, as this got driven in, the axle got pushed in a little bit instead of pushing this onto the axle. So I had like maybe a 1/4 inch gap between here and the axle shaft. So that's why I came back here to I put the pry bar in here and held it out, which shifted that seal driver out, and then I drove this in till it was flush. So basically that's how you can change that. I mean, you can check your differential fluid level as well, make sure it's topped off, and then just put it back together in the reverse order of disassembling it. Like I said, I'll link in the description to another video that I have of changing the wheel bearings on this, and that'll get you to here, and then this video can help you change out your seal. And then obviously I've got the reassembly in that other video as well, with some of the torque specs for this particular vehicle. I don't know if those are going to be your exact torque specs, but that's what they are for this, or what I'm using for this. It might change between different year ranges. I don't remember the year in the truck I was doing, but I'm sure if you call your dealership or something, they can probably help you out, or the service manual. You can find the stuff all over the place. I'm just trying to say that I'm not exactly sure on what your torque specs are going to be, so verify for yourself your correct torque spec. So hope to help somebody. If you found it useful, awesome. If not, let me know what I did wrong, and I thank you for watching.